but also tell me when we're live.
You're live now.
Okay,
Enjoy.
hi everybody. Hi everybody. This is Zoop or Zoop Machine on behalf of Game Master Monday, running you your 5th Monday of the month game live on Game Master Monday. If your friends aren't here, go ahead and invite them because we're going to be running through a version of the Lost Universe, which is the module that NASA put out, possibly to get D&D nerds interested in NASA, possibly as a marketing tactic for the Hubble. You know, there's a lot of theories that you might have about why they did this, but you know, maybe we will never truly know. And I want to start by introducing you to our players. Kim, could you please introduce yourself and your character?
Oh boy, I'm going first. Hi, I'm Kim. I wear a lot of hats. The biggest hat I wear is for 5 GMs in a Trench Coat. We're a TTRPG actual play podcast where we rotate GMs and TTRPGs each season. I'm the social media guy, cast member, editor, all that fun stuff. And today I'm very excited to be playing Ikkyo Hoshina for you guys. So very excited. She's going to be she's in her like late 30s. She's got like short brown hair, brown eyes. She just looks like she's there to have a good time. I'm excited.
All right, Leah, you're next.
Oh, is that okay? Yeah, good. Hi, I'm Leah. I am the DM slash co-editor slash social media person slash everything over at Slay the Stars, and we are currently ending arc 2 pretty soon. It's getting pretty big, so just saying. Major things happening over there. Today, I am going to be playing Gertie Godfried, the grandmother of the group, and I'm very excited.
And Sadie.
Hi, I'm Sadie. I am the marketing director over at Unbalanced Encounters, and I'm going to be playing Stevie Walton today. Stevie is a young, lesser known cousin of the Alice Walton, heiress of Walmart.
It'll be interesting to see how she deals with what happens. I am so thrilled to be joined by these three amazing women, and who are all just like powerhouses. And I'm just gonna take us on this little journey. So here's how we start. Back in 1990, NASA launched a revolutionary new observatory called the Hubble Space Telescope into low Earth orbit. About the size of a school bus, Hubble was destined to change humanity's view of the cosmos with its high resolution view of the universe. By placing the telescope above Earth's murky atmosphere, it would be able to observe space without any interference from clouds, light pollution, or atmospheric distortions. Hubble's vision sees beyond what the human eye can, extending into ultraviolet and near infrared ranges. The placement and design of this telescope would revolutionize our understanding of the cosmos, launching an era of unparalleled astronomical discovery. Plus, Hubble's design included the ability to be serviced in space by astronauts, which has allowed the telescope to be repaired and upgraded multiple times. However, we're in a slightly different world right now. In this world, it's as if Hubble never even existed. In a world without Hubble, nobody knows the age of our universe, or that black holes lurk in the center of galaxies, or just how much beauty the cosmos contains. Without Hubble, there is also no James Webb Space Telescope, and without the critical experience of servicing missions completed by astronauts in space, the International Space Station also never happened. Technology that detects cancer, tracks endangered species, decodes ancient manuscripts, and more is also lacking. So these three friends, they work at NASA's Goddard Space Flight Center in Greenbelt, Maryland. The three of them have been brought together by a task force that they've created at the Goddard Space Flight Center that is throughout the generations, that brings different people who are either as Stevie is, interning at the company, or has been at the company for a little while, or was at the company so long that she was there before coding was called coding. Um, Bringing these people of different generations together to increase the mind power that they can showcase together, and have all of their differing experiences be woven together into something greater. So these three are on um on one of the space center sponsored outings together. And one thing that is true for all of them since coming here to NASA is a feeling that something big is missing. A subtle ache that lives in your minds, insisting that you're forgetting something, but it's always just reach. On this particular day, as the three of you walk together around Goddard's campus to clear your heads and continue your getting to know each other, your heads begin to hurt and the exhaustion becomes overwhelming as this this feeling, this impossible to ignore feeling that something is missing, becomes larger and larger. You feel like you're dozing off, and then you realize that's not what's happening, and the hair on the back of your neck stands on end, and you're pulled into darkness. So that is how we start. Um, so now, darkness is going to fade, and you're going to come to, and you find yourselves, there's still the three of you, you're still together, but you are now standing in front of what you might call a portal. It's interesting. You've never really seen a portal before. But if you were to guess, this might be a portal. And there are signs. There are different portals and there are signs. One says Sarthelios. One says Besca Preya. One says Palerdon. And one says Arcanum. And as you watch people come in and out of those portals, you are able to surmise that maybe that is the destination of each of those portals. And then you see in front of you a sign that is high in the air, and it has large lettering, and it says, "Welcome to Aldestron." You look around, and, you know, Critical Role has gotten big, and you're all nerds. So you've heard of things like tieflings, half elves, orcs, um, kitsunes, all sorts of different hippo creatures, like all sorts of different humanoids you've heard of. And for the first time in your life, as you're looking around, you see a world filled with all of these different species of humanoid type people just going about their day, hanging out. As you're standing there, you listen and you can hear, like, overhear bits of conversation. Like, two humanoids are rushing together. One is a kitsune, and one is a big crocodile man with like a big long nose, and his jaw is like opening and closing, and you think that like you could lose a hand in it, and he says, "We made it just in time for supper. Let's go to the Horsehead Tavern." And the kitsune says, "Great idea. I could use a pint. And Damien always has some kind of interesting story to tell." and these two individuals walk by. They're not bothered by the fact that you are three humans, three very normal looking humans. Um, Humans are accepted just as everyone else is here, it seems like. Um, you look down the street and you see something like a cross between streetlights and lanterns that are hanging from poles that are giving off a light that brightens the area. You notice that there is no light from the sky. The light is all from these. So is it nighttime or is it a place of perpetual darkness? You're not quite sure yet. But you do see further down a broad sign that from a building showing a dark head of a horse on a field of bright red, along with a frothy mug. You also see some people that seem to be guards of some sort. What do you do?
Oh, dang it! I knew I shouldn't have had that extra drink. I always say I'm gonna stop. But you know what?
Honestly, it's
You know what? I always have one more than I intend to. I just think, no, it'll be fine. I'll just sleep well. No, instead, I wake up with a raging headache and I'm
oh,
what is this place?
No
Stevie.
idea.
No, listen, this isn't anything like that. This isn't drinking. You know, oh, you're both probably too young. They used to slip
You passed me a
LSD into
gummy,
our
didn't
food.
you?
Yeah, no, I didn't. The government, they give us, they test on us. That's part of the whole contract. We get good benefits, and they give us LSD in the cafeteria some days.
You know, I've heard stories about this. Didn't actually think of the thing.
I mean,
You know
we
what?
just ride it out. You know,
Fine.
we'll ask for a report later.
You know what? I guess that's our best option here because we're in it now.
Yep. Oh well. Uh should we get a drink?
Yeah, why not? Let's go
Why
to
not?
that
We're here.
with the guy and the
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. So as you walk along what looks like to be a good main street, you come upon the tavern. And there is also a sign as you get closer that you can see says Horsehead Tavern, and you notice it's exactly where the Kitsune and the Crocodile Man were walking towards. The exterior looks well kept, though it has been there for a while, and within the tavern you hear sounds of a commotion. Um, you hear some shouting. Um, do you still wander inside?
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, we're a couple doses in from whatever the program gave us. Like,
Yeah.
we're gonna be fine. I'm sure
It
they're
should be
monitoring
fine.
our vitals and everything. Like, and no worries.
So
Exactly. You're going to be
you
a good team player.
you walk in and there is an orc and he is standing up and he is banging his head. He's like, "What are you trying to say? No, it's the ghost from old Makshana who's making our researchers disappear." And then you see a little halfling who is somehow big in voice all the same. "That's nonsense. What really happened was the criminal underbelly of the city is getting out of control. Rampant kidnappings is what it is. You've seen how ineffective the guard is." Um, and then you see another little kobold, a little lizard creature who speaks up. "No, no, no. The captain keeps sending the guard outside the city. That's where the trouble is. I'll bet my nose." And he points to his little lizard nose. And then they start leaping at each other and like beating each other up a little bit. um what do you do? You also see over in the corner, you see um a bar, and a handsome bartender, a dark elf looking fella, who's just kind of watching them and tapping his finger. um what do you do?
I run my fingers through my ginger mullet and just kind of stride over. So, this happen all the time?
Ugh. um It's the fighting's been getting worse recently. I don't know. Do you think you can stop the fight? No, that would be silly. What am I doing? Asking just like three random strangers to stop a fight? Forget it. Someone else will take care of it. Come, have a drink.
By all
Um,
means.
I
What's
like
the
this
best you
plan.
got?
He pulls out some. This is my real weak point here. He pulls out some alcohol, some ROH for you to drink. it is high shelf stuff because he seems to have seen something in you that you're not sure what it is, but he lays out a mug for each of you and says that'll be 3 trinkets.
Is that like
Trinkets.
dollars?
Like,
Let
like,
me check
like,
my.
let me.
I knew it. I knew it. You 3 aren't from around here, are you?
What gave it away?
Points at my polo.
And he gets a little bit closer. You're the ones they sent from Earth, huh?
Huh?
Um,
Aren't
this
we
is.
all from Earth?
Yeah.
I mean, like,
Oh.
I know that you're like a figment of our imagination, like a group hallucination, but like, this is Earth.
He's horrified. This is not Earth. This is Exlaris.
There was. Oh,
Bless you.
yeah.
Well, okay. I would
You know
have
what?
thought.
Let's just go along with this. Let's see where this goes. Okay, so
Yeah.
this is Exlaris, and we're
Yes.
from Earth, and
Mhm.
somebody sent us.
Yeah.
What now?
Okay. Well, do you have any questions, or I can take you straight up to meet Failwin?
Wait, what? What are you waiting for humans or people from Earth to do?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
see,
that's a good
that's a
question.
little bit that I've just been told to keep a lookout. I can lead you over to someone who can tell you more.
You're an intern. I get it. I got it.
Yes, she's
Me
also
too.
an intern.
Intern.
Yeah.
Yeah.
An intern. What's that?
We don't pay
No.
her, but we make her do twice the work. It's hilarious.
Oh no, I get paid. Failwin pays me plenty well. Thank you. All right, finish up your drinks. If you have any questions, I can try to answer them, or I can take you up to Failwin.
All right.
Yeah,
Let's go.
that sounds good.
So the 3 of you just like chug your drinks. It is fantastic. I don't know, like the right kind of bubbly. I don't know.
It's like bubbly and sweet and doesn't taste like alcohol at all.
Yeah, exactly.
Perfect.
Got another one to go?
So you follow Damien as he signals to somebody else to take over, and he leads you into a back area of the tavern, into an office. And it's a simple area, but it houses a large desk behind which is standing a tall woman with pointy ears, with long blonde hair. And her back is to you, but she turns as you enter. She smiles, but her eyes are guarded, and she seems to be sizing each of you up with only a glance. Who are these folks, Damien? And Damien, like, goes over and whispers to her. They seem to be the humans sent from Earth. And, her eyes flare briefly, a small smirk playing on her features as she looks at the 3 of you, and she says, "Oh, well, that's interesting. Jumping planes takes some powerful magic. Um, I presume that you are the ones that we're waiting for from Earth.
How would we know if we were?
Oh, so even less information has been given out than we thought. Um, all right. Well, sit down. I have a story for you.
All right.
Okay.
How far back do I just start with the missing researchers, or do I tell you? I mean, you know about Exlaris, right? You don't need to know the history of the planet.
Is it
Um,
important?
Mm, it depends on how curious you are.
I mean, we're incredibly curious, but I'm going to be honest with you. I am very old, and I've never heard of something called Exlaris. That sounds something made up. That's not real.
Well, I may not be the best person to explain it all to you. Um, but I will tell you that we have some missing researchers. And those missing researchers are the key to getting you home. So, um, probably the best thing for me to do is um, I can either send you in the direction that I think they are, I can send you towards the guard, or I can send you up to the university where someone who has a little bit more information can give it to you in a concise manner. But I wouldn't suggest doing the guards. I don't know why I suggested that as an option. I'm very flabbergasted that you all are here in my tavern.
I mean, where else would we be? You know, like.
It seemed like the place to be.
Okay. Well, here's what we'll do. I will make the necessary introductions for you to speak to the people at the observatory. But you tell those researchers when you find them that they have to come talk to me.
Question: why shouldn't we talk to the guards?
I just don't really trust them.
But guards see a
Hey,
lot
Cab,
of
I got it. I got it.
You're cool. Oh, you have that there too. Yes.
things.
Yes. 100% a cab.
Fair. I was hoping that it was different here, but
You know, we try to be an inclusive and welcoming place, but they say, you know what they say about power.
that's fair. All right, let's go talk to the fellow nerds.
Mhm.
Okay. So she gives you she writes some chicken scratch down on a little scroll, rolls it up, ties it around, casts a spell. I will know if you open this instead of the person who
Okay.
this is to. And she hands it to you and she says, "The observatory's that way," and just shoos you out.
As we leave, I turn to the others. We're opening this, right?
I mean, would really like to.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, let's open it.
Yeah.
Should
Okay,
we wait till we get a little bit further down the road, or just open it up here?
We should wait until we're far enough away that she won't see us do it. And
Mhm.
her family.
Okay, yeah,
Yes.
I like this plan.
It's a good plan.
I think once we're about a mile or so, we go ahead and open it.
Okay. So the observatory is actually not that far. So I'm
Okay,
guessing that
yeah.
you don't go
Probably
that
like
far.
right
You
before we
s-
get there.
You see the Grand Observatory in the distance, and you go towards there. You open it. You hear a heavy screeching because you opened what you were not supposed to. You each have 20 hit points,
Oh
and
no.
you each take 3 hit points worth of damage
Oh, no.
from the heavy screeching. Um,
Who doesn't have their security clearance? Intern.
and everybody around squawks and scatters like birds, even though only a few of them were actually birds. Um, but that's really all that seems to happen. Uh, the screeching noise is a little bit like, I knew it.
Well, that wasn't so bad.
I thought it was gonna be way worse.
Right. What does this scroll say?
It just says, I found the humans from Earth. I've sent them your way. You owe me. Phelan.
This sounds.
Wow, that's kind of a letdown, you know? Like
Hoping it was gonna be like
I
something
thought for
juicy.
sure that, you know, she put a seal on it and said she would
Yeah.
know if we opened it, but that's all that it says. You owe me. Oh my goodness, that's like
But
whatever.
Also, it sounds suspicious. Like I found them. You owe me. Like they're going to like.
So
eat us or something.
ominous. Oh my goodness.
Creepy.
Yeah.
Ah well.
Probably
We're
just,
already
you
here.
know, yeah,
Um,
right.
So you see a group of buildings arranged in a spiral going outward from a central courtyard, and as a stone sign near the arch marking the entryway reads Orion Observatory and Museums, and the letters look like shining stars. The lamps on the walkways are well lit, and you can see perfectly well. And as you walk in, what do you do?
Is there a reception desk? Hello.
Oh, you do see a sign that says reception with an old gnomish lady sitting there. May I help you?
I think we should give them the scroll.
I think they might know. Stevie, give her the scroll.
Oh, yeah, here. I
Oh,
pass over the scroll, and as I do so, I look and see if there are any flyers on the desk, and I just kind of pocket whatever I
yes.
see without even reading them or anything. Just
Perfect. The old gnomish woman opens the scroll, looks at it, squints, says, "Was this sealed when you got it?"
no.
Does it matter?
She rolls it up, looks suspiciously at you, and says, "I'll be back." And she leaves you for a little while. So you look around a little bit. You see the courtyard is lush with bushes. There's a large tree. It is sustained by a powerful lamp above it. As if like that is what sustain it. The tree is growing towards that large lamp, as if that lamp is what is sustaining it and giving it life. And she comes back after about half an hour. This way. And she leads you over to the largest building on the other side of the courtyard, which is a massive dome-shaped building. And you are taken through a library into the office where you see a long-haired humanoid person climbing a ladder to retrieve a book. Their assistant clears their throat to get their attention, and they scurry down the ladder, adjusting their glasses at the bottom. So she is tall. You would say human with long hair, gray streaks running through it. And she looks, oh, terribly sorry. I didn't see you there. Okay, well, I knew you were coming, but I got distracted really easily. How can I help you?
Not quite sure. Apparently we're I mean, we know that we're from Earth, but apparently we were sent here. Um
Something about researchers.
yeah,
Okay, all
missing
right.
researchers.
Take a seat. And she settles you three around like a circular oaken table, very sturdily made. The chairs impeccable. You settle down, and she starts to explain. Exlaris, at one point, she explains, was a planet much like yours, living in the habitable zone of a star, minding its own business. We grew, we were prosperous. It was a great life, so they say. And then the black hole came. It didn't swallow us up, as we learned was a possibility, but instead jettisoned us into space, so that we became a rogue planet flying. And it is only through the use of the energy of the vacuum, the magic of the energy of the vacuum, that we were able to save this planet of ours by creating a shield around it. We are, of course, in perpetual night at all times. So only certain areas, only certain cities are lit and safe to be in. And we have farming areas as well that are well lit. We try to keep a good day-night cycle here. And as we were trying to reinforce all of our magics and our possibilities, we happened to shoot past a little planet that we learned was named Earth. And we were able to connect with Earth as we shot past it, and specifically your Hubble telescope, which told us so much more. We were able to take the knowledge, double check it with our own, increase our knowledge, increase our science. It was going really well until one day the Hubble disappeared. And I think it threw your timeline, your Earth, into an alternate timeline where there was no Hubble, and we can no longer get the information from the Hubble either. And there were 4 researchers that were going to figure out what was going on and get it back, maybe called in some reinforcements from Earth that could maybe help us figure out what was going on. But before you could arrive, the 4 of them disappeared, one after the other. Can you help us? Can you help us with your knowledge find the Hubble and our missing scientists?
This hallucination is going on Pretty long. Hubble. Hubble?
Yeah, the waddle.
Yeah,
Uh,
can we roll like some sort of science check or something to see if we know of any like large telescope plans that got scrapped or anything like that with that weird Hubble? That's an interesting word. Maybe one of us has heard it.
Yes, sure. Roll mind for me, each of you.
Wait, mind?
What was science? Science.
Okay.
okay. I got a
four.
6.
Oh, do we add them together?
No, just give me your highest number.
4.
So all three of you remember that you've had that feeling that something has been missing. And you feel like this might be the thing that you've been missing in your lives. And she explains, I'm not certain what you recall of Hubble, but it's a very powerful and useful telescope from your world, or at least a version of the one you know, and it makes some rather impressive observations. Um, let me show you the researcher's office. He kept a great deal of information there. And she leads you through a series of stone hallways, some busy with people looking at exhibits, others much quieter. Here we are. A great deal of information in here, obvious and not so, she says as she unlocks and pushes open a wooden doorway. Um, Beyond the doorway is a well-lit room with lamps scattered around the room and a large window behind the desk, a heavy velvet-looking curtain hanging beside it. Large wooden bookcases, all packed with books and loose papers laying on top of them, line the walls, but the desk is largely cleared off. This researcher walks over to the desk and activates a projection with a flare of arcane energy. The researcher had been studying how the energy of the vacuum may be the cause behind the quickening expansion of the universe. That's why he had been connecting with Earth in hopes that you knew more than we do. He thought that may also shed some light on why our magic doesn't always go exactly as we would intend. This energy, you see, isn't always the most stable to tap into. He thought that by looking at this particular phenomenon, globular clusters, he may be able to pick up some information. This particular
Wait a minute. Magic? Has that been said before? You know what?
Yeah.
Hallucination. Let's keep going.
This particular projection has been altered in some way. The coloring is different from when I last saw it. It was more red last I saw it. Wait, was it blue? Bluer? This thing changes so often, it's hard to keep track. She points to an adjustment knob. It's a round knob that can turn either clockwise or counterclockwise. She explains that the Hubble Space Telescope observed different wavelengths of light, like when it existed in the timeline, and those wavelengths could tell the researchers a lot about a cosmic object, including information about its age. Often blue light means an object is hotter and younger, while red means it is cooler and therefore older. What do you do?
I fiddle with the knob.
Okay.
Rotating it one way and then the other.
Do you rotate it into more of a blue wavelength, or do you rotate it more into a red wavelength?
Blue.
When you shift the image into more of a blue wavelength, you see a message written in the stars. It says Hubble found.
Okay then. Hubble found. Well, I don't know about y'all, but as Goddard employees, it's probably our duty to like find this thing and add it to Earth.
You know, with the different wavelengths, you could also tell what the atmosphere's. You know what? Yes. What did you say? Yes. Let's find this thing. This sounds useful.
Sounds very important.
It sounds like a raise. It sounds like not being an intern anymore.
She says, I don't really know where to look, though. Where could the researchers have gone?
Turn it to the red. See what happens
You
when you
turn it
red.
to the red, and as you shift between the wavelengths, some of the stars seem to get fainter or disappear while others get brighter. And then it reads, Go to Moksana.
You know what this reminds me of? You know in that board game, Trivial Pursuit, and there's the little red thing, and you put the cards in, and
Yeah.
it reminds me of that. This is very smart.
This was very fun.
She looks confused at it, and she explains, Moksana is the city that used to be the capital before the Great Breaking. That's what we call it when our planet was sundered away from its orbit around our sun and slingshotted into space. That area fell into darkness. It is an area of monsters and treachery.
Monsters?
Monsters. Can we back up?
Things that go creep in the dark and the night. We keep them away with the lights that we keep on here, but in the night and the darkness, they persevere.
Don't love that. Don't love that. Let's not go there.
It looks like
I mean, but you've not read enough books. It could be fun.
No. Monsters at night? No. I am very old. Very old.
There used
No,
to be,
but it was written in the stars.
The researcher's eyes go distant, and she says, they say that the great library of Moksana still stands. I'm sure many of the books are dust, but others might still exist and have information that we have since lost.
Well, that just isn't fair, you know? You're not allowed to do that. You're not allowed to say that. Now I want to go.
Let's see if there's any fun books about these monsters, you know? Like
We could. How do we defend ourselves against the monsters? Do we just have a flashlight and we shine and
do
then
you
they
guys
go
have
away?
something we could take?
If you were to go, I could outfit you with some packs and maybe some weapons. As for magic, I don't know. Are you able to harness the energy of the vacuum the way that we do?
I mean, this is a hallucination. We might be.
Yeah, we haven't tried yet.
There's nothing in a vacuum. I'm so confused.
You keep saying that, but
you know what? Let's just give it a go.
Let's go for it. Who knows?
Yeah.
Roll science for me. Everybody. And specifically Gertie.
I got a 4.
Okay. So you just give me the largest number out of when you roll. So like if the 4 is the largest, so don't give me them added together. That's only when we do damage. So you start to think to what you know, and you wonder if this energy of the vacuum or this magic of the vacuum might be something similar to what researchers on Earth has postulated to be dark energy.
I don't believe in your magic, but I do believe in science. There could be something to this.
That is important. Don't forget that you feel that way, because that may affect some of your roles in the future. Do you have any other questions for her? Or do you want to?
So are these monsters like sentient or?
Some of them certainly.
Okay, I'm just trying to figure out like the ethical questions here.
I mean, if it's going to eat you, if you don't beat it, what are you going to do?
That's a fair point.
I mean, just.
So do you want to take any time looking at anything else in the professor's office?
I have a question.
Yes.
Can you do magic?
Yes, I can do some basic magic.
Can you show us how to do something simple, say light a match or cause a burst of light or something like that, just so we can see how you do it?
Okay. So she stands and she channels. She puts her fingers up in the air and she channels. And how you cast magic is going to be up to you. But the way that she does it is she kind of puts her fingers up like a lightning rod and seems to collect some of the energy from the atmosphere and bring it into her palm. And when she opens it, there is a flame licking her palm.
And that doesn't burn you.
No.
Will it burn me?
And you touch it and it burns.
Ow!
And
Damn
you
it.
take 1 point of damage.
This is very fascinating. All right.
She closes her hand and the flame goes out. Do you talk to Sherry? Do you ask Sherry any other questions? Or look around the office?
I look around. I'm trying to find a book. I'm trying to find a monster book.
Okay. So you find notes on the energy of the vacuum, which is where you see that there is writings that suggest that it is what researchers on Earth call dark energy. Let me just go to or a candidate for the source of dark energy. And it is what the magical characters on Exlaris tap into to power their magic as they move through the cosmos. And as they are moving through the cosmos, they are actually they actually experience a lot more of the magic than they did when they were just sitting still in a not still, but sitting in a orbit around a sun. You find a model of something interesting. And when you point it out to the researcher, she explains that it is a model of the Hubble Space Telescope. You can take apart this model and look at various components, but we don't have the visuals that would allow you to do that right now. And you find a book on historical Earth astronomers and physicists, including Nancy Grace Roman, Lyman Spitzer, and Edwin Hubble.
Well, It's not a monster romance book, but this is kind of cool.
You talk a little bit more. Her name is Shari, and you talk to Shari a little bit more, and she explains that there was a strange man that had been visiting the observatory up until when all the researchers disappeared, and she hasn't seen him since. She describes him in green clothing, curly blonde hair, pointy ears, a severe nose. But she doesn't know anything more about him.
Was he wasn't here like with some of the researchers? You don't have any
Oh, he met.
security
He met.
badges?
Why would we have a swipe badge?
That's how we get onto campus. That's how we make sure that we only go to areas where we're allowed to be. Clearances and such.
Oh, we have no such concerns.
Well, that's why you.
That's your problem.
Now you have concerns. You've learned why we have concerns.
Let's see. Is there any other information about Moxana? Turned to chaos, was ransacked, and left to ruin in the wake of the breaking. There's still the full library there. That probably still has some good books, but there are probably creatures that have made their homes in and around the ruins, and it is a dangerous place to go. So
What?
she gives you all packs. What's in each of your packs? What do you ask for?
How many things can be in our pack?
However many you want.
Oh man. All right.
I think I ask for some form of light. A rope seems useful. Do they have like food or something just in case we get lost?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I think I asked for some food, a toothbrush, um, the coolest knife she has,
Okay.
and a cloak.
And a cloak.
Because I want to look badass.
Okay, awesome. She's able to give you all of those. Gertie, what are you looking for?
Okay. Like a big flashlight, like one of those big like torch ones. A container of fig Newtons, a graphing calculator, a legal pad, a pen, but one that writes very smoothly. We don't like scratchy pens, and an old lady like shawl.
So she's got the shawl, definitely. She hands you some quills and some ink.
What is
She does hand you a fancy contraption, which she guesses is very similar to a graphing calculator. The buttons, instead of being like the plastic buttons, are like fancy stones that when you press on them they light up.
Take me all day just to learn how to use this. TI-84s.
Oh, we
The
don't
standard.
have. We didn't spend too much time copying all of your technology. A lot of our technology is powered with magic.
That's fine. But you did at least copy the fig Newtons, right?
They find something for you that is very reminiscent of fig Newtons once you explain what they are.
All right, this is fine.
They're better than any fig Newton that you've actually had because they're freshly made.
This is actually delicious, I think.
She looks at you. You don't need any other weapons?
Is there anything you recommend?
Yeah.
Um, she'll hand you a crossbow
Oh,
and a bunch of glowing looking arrows to ammo to launch into it.
You
Gimp
have
is
guns.
intern.
do you have guns? I mean, you don't have calculators, but like guns, maybe?
No, I think this plasma crossbow is the closest thing to a gun we have.
Right. What about lightsabers?
But
Or
you know
light
what a gun
swords?
is. Like, yeah, this is
You
like a
did
space
get Star
hallucination.
Wars,
Yeah,
right?
I mean,
She gives you
truly.
a sword that you think that you could power, kind of like a lightsaber if you figure out how to use your magic.
We'll work on this.
close enough.
Yeah.
I'm gonna stick with the dagger.
Okay, perfect. All right. Do you just head for the ruins, or do you try to find out more about this mysterious figure?
Let's try to find out more.
Um. So, roll a society check.
Yes.
You got a 3. Okay. So a 3 is, I think, a partial success. So you do find out from various people that you talk to that, where is my, I have too many things here. Okay. Partial success. So you find out that, this figure did not use the portals. Usually people um use the portals to very soon use portals to go from city to city instead of like venturing out into the wild, but this stranger seemed to come in and out from the wilds, from the ruins, the darkness. And you also find out that the last individual, he may have been the last individual seen with Arik Hazen, who was one of the missing researchers. They were seen together shortly before, and they suspect that they may have gone out of the city westward in the direction of the ruins.
This mystery guy. Bad news. Bad
Always
news.
bad news.
So one thing that she will give you before you leave, she says, uh, she uses a spell to activate a projection in the middle of the room. And she says this particular technology may help. It uses something called gravitational lensing to get a better look at things around us. We usually use it to look at other stars and planets, but it can be turned to our own world as well. Gravitational lensing occurs when the gravity of a massive cosmic object distorts space and time, magnifying and bending the path of light coming from beyond it. It lets us see farther, as though through using a lens. Our magic allows us to simulate this effect on a smaller scale. And so she hands you this gravitational lens that you can use to help you on your travels. She packs your bags with a couple other things, which you will tell me when you need them, what they are. And we are going to take a short bio break and then come back and make our way into the ruins.
Yeah.
Let us know when we're out. I think we're probably back. So hello, welcome back. We are at part 2 of the Lost Universe. We are entering the ruins, or well, we're making our way to the ruins. It's going to take a little while. So you step into the darkness. You take out your lights to light your way. You hear skittering and croaking and all sorts of noises from the area around you. You can see in the distance, there's the starscape ahead of you, and the starscape ends, and you can see in the far distance, you can see some buildings and the like that tells you that those are the ruins that you're moving towards. You start by going through a dark wood. You are told that it is called the Red Willow Wood. And you start heading through it. And the first obstacle you run into is a giant tree has fallen over and blocked your path. What do you do?
Okay, so I want to take out my dagger and I want to try to make it glow and draw stairs, like physically draw stairs with the dagger to get over it.
Okay, very cool. So, what do you think? One or two aspects do you think you're using out of magic, society, body, and science?
Definitely magic. I think society.
Okay,
I think
yeah.
that I am like literally envisioning steps as, this is what people do.
Okay, so roll me magic plus society, the correct number of d4s, and tell me what your highest number is.
Or
Awesome. So that is an absolute success. You get what you want and more. So roll me that number of d4s and tell me how much. We'll just have that like an amount to overcome the obstacle.
Right. 21.
21. Wow, that was a lot of d4s. Okay,
Yeah.
that's awesome. I put the difficulty, so to speak, at 10. So you carve these steps beautifully. It is like a winding set. You somehow carve a winding set of staircases that just goes up and back down very cleanly. It cuts like hot knife through butter, but not completely, because you're able to make the stairs. So it's just like the right amount. And you all traverse over it and you keep heading in. You hear baying in the distance of some sort of wolf-like creature, and nearby you hear the skittling of something is skittering. And you get to this area that is quite overgrown. And as you start walking, all of a sudden, all of you roll me a body. 2. Okay.
Also 2.
3.
3.
Okay. So, so Stevie is able to kind of trip past and get to the other side, but both Gertie and Ikuyo find each other. Each of them have gotten the vines wrapped around their foot, and they try to go further and they cannot, and you can see like the vines starting to slither up to try to overcome you. What do you do?
I would like to reach down, grasp the vine, and then remembering how we just watched magic cast, I'm going to try to light them on fire with my hand.
Okay,
Nice.
awesome. What do you think that is pure magic, or do you think that's magic plus something else?
I am going to say, I'm going to say that it's a little bit of like, so would you consider like society like our charisma stat, like paying attention and
Yeah.
like in conversation? So I would say it's that, right? She's paying attention to her surroundings and trying to put them together.
Okay, awesome. So roll that number of dice. Tell me what your highest number is.
3.
3. Okay. So roll me, and how many dice did you roll?
5.
Okay. Roll me 3 of those dice to tell me what you get to overcome.
It's a good roll. 9.
9. Perfect. Okay. So you almost managed to break free, but you're not quite free yet. Akiyu, what do you do?
What is around us currently, like right now? Because I know you said we're walking like along overgrown stuff. I'm trying to see if there's
Yeah.
like a stick or like a large rock I could use.
You absolutely see that there is a large rock next to you that you could pick up.
Okay, yeah. I want to try to like pick up the rock and like wedge sort of like a barrier to try to like pry the vine off of me.
Okay, very good. So is that just body?
I think that would just
Or
pretty much be body. Just trying
okay.
to see how much willpower I have to get this thing off of me.
Okay. Or do you think you're using science as well because you're calculating
Yeah, I think
the
also,
angle?
yeah, the body and how I can get in there the best.
Okay.
All right, cool. All right, 4 was my highest.
4 is your highest. Okay, so roll me all those dice.
Okay. $17.
17. Awesome. You are able to just wedge it in a way and like basically rip through those vines so that they let go of you, and they kind of hiss a little bit as they slither back, and you do so well that you're able to get the last bit on Gertie's arm too, that's still managing to hold on while it's smoking, and you manage to beat it back, and that the smoking one just kind of dies right there, kind of like and like gives up, as opposed to the ones that are like slithering away like little snakes. Um and you head forward. You get to an area where there is a um what do you call it? A chasm between where you are and where you need to go. I would say it's about 15 feet across. What do you do?
I have always wanted to try this. And she's going to try to make a rainbow bright bridge.
Ooh. Okay. I'm going to set a DC on that. Okay. What are you using to
Okay,
do that?
so first of all, she's going to say, "Have either of you ever heard of Rainbow Bright? Because I think if we all work together, this will work better. We can make a
Uh,
bridge of rainbow and light to run across."
okay, well,
You
I'm
know
not
what?
sure what Rainbow Bright is, but I know what rainbows are.
And I can see it as a bridge, so I think I know what you're trying to do.
Yes.
Okay. So each of you roll me magic.
4.
3.
2. Okay. So altogether, I would call that a 3. So how much do each of you have in magic?
3.
1.
3.
Okay. So each of you roll me 2, and Kim roll me 1.
Okay.
Right, not bad. 7.
2.
2.
7, 2. Okay. So that is 7 plus 4 is 11. So this one had a higher DC. So you try really hard, and you describe to me how you try to make this happen.
I picture it being very corny. Like she holds their hands and she's just like thinking really hard and like there's little like rainbow sparks coming off and maybe like it starts to grow and she's like yeah and then it's just like
So it actually does grow all the way across, but you think quickly and you throw a rock just to make sure it's solid, and the rock plunges through. So you have an idea of where you want the bridge to go, but that didn't quite work.
I'm out of ideas.
Should we try the rope? Is the rope long enough?
Is the rope long enough and maybe
The
strong
rope
enough?
is absolutely strong, long enough and strong enough. You just have to figure out how to get the rope to the other side.
My thought is tying it to one of
Crossbow.
those arrows and launching it
Yes.
over that way.
Perfect. All right. So you tie it on, and you go ahead and you shoot that rope over. I would say that that is a science and body.
Okay. I will do that. 4. 4 is my
Okay.
high. All right.
And give me the total.
Okay. 11.
11, perfect. DC was 10. So you shoot it over and you get it nice and deep in there, and to like one of the things that trees have, trunks on the other side. It goes deep in there, and you're able to tie it across, and then the 4 of you are able to start shimming across. Each of you give me a body roll.
4.
3.
4, 3.
Sorry.
And what is Gertie's body roll?
That's a 2.
That is a 2. So both Ikio, sorry, say the name again for me, because I want to make sure I'm saying it right.
No, you're good. It's Ikuyo.
Ikuyo, okay. So Ikuyo and Stevie get across just fine. Gertie gets about halfway and is like, I think I just used up all of my ability. This my aerials instructor explained that this happened to him where he was doing toe hangs, and the very last toe hang he did, he got himself back up and into the foot hang, and or like into the foot lock, and was like, I can't get down. I have just no more energy. And I think this is what happens to Gertie, is that halfway through she ends up just stuck. How do
Can
you
we
help
pull
her?
her up? Can we just pull her up?
Okay, so you how do you get it untied from the other side?
I would like to shoot a beam of light from my dagger to cut the other side.
Awesome. All right.
Ah!
Roll me magic and science.
Okay. 4.
4. Perfect. This is an easy one. You shoot. You manage to heat
Hang
up the
on,
knot.
Gertie!
Gertie goes flying George of the Jungle style, and then you pull up Gertie so that all 3 of you are on the other side.
Thank goodness.
Oh my god.
You okay?
No.
Oh.
I want to go home.
We're trying.
She gets in her bag and starts eating Fig Newtons, stress eating style.
So you are starting to go on when you are continuing to make your way. It's about 30 miles, so you're probably going to need to rest for the night. What do you do to secure a safe place to rest?
Oh no, did none of us ask for a tent?
Somebody
No.
asked for a tent. You absolutely have a tent.
Hold on, let me
The
look at
benevolence of the stars. We have a tent.
Oh, here it is. I knew there was a tent in here somewhere.
It was in Gertie's pack, which is part of why she lost like energy halfway through, because she was also pulling across the tent.
This is not one of those good lightweight REI tents. This is one of those Walmart tents.
You know, I resent that comment. What do you have against Walmart?
I'm nothing. They're very affordable. The tent's just quite heavy.
I'll let my cousin know, okay?
So somebody roll me a society roll to choose a good place, or society or science, whichever one, to choose a good place to rest for the night.
I'll do that. I'll go with society.
Okay.
4.
4. Awesome. You find a nice, comfy, cozy area. It is on 3 sides. It is rock, so you feel certain that the only way that something could come at you is from the front. Describe a little bit about your setup.
Let's see. I think I'm constructing it like classic campfire style, all in a circle and everything. And as I'm setting everything up, I start talking about So how long did it take y'all to I guess move up in the program?
I don't know if you're ready for that answer, sweet.
I also don't think you're ready for the reality of that one.
My tutoring's gone well. My math's getting better.
That's good.
Yeah.
Very good. Honestly, if I can give you some advice, find something you're good at and become the best at it.
Mhm.
That's it.
See,
Make yourself the thing that they can't live without. That's how you stick around here in this fast changing field.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I kind of lied about what I was good at.
That is a problem. What did you lie about the maths? Is that?
Yeah.
Oh.
They figured it out pretty quickly. Luckily, I wasn't let go, but data entry. Turns out I'm not too bad at that though. So yeah.
I mean, data entry is important as well, but I assume that you want to do something bigger on a grander
Hence
scale.
the tutoring.
Well, if you'd like, we could have a ladies' night once a week. We can all get together, have drinks, talk about this crazy experience we're having, and do some math problems.
That sounds like a grand time.
I'd like that.
Yeah. And in the meantime, we'll put in the good work for you.
Yes, absolutely. Need a letter of rec, I'm there.
I appreciate that.
You're
All
gonna
right,
leave.
good night.
You make a fire, you take watches. With the mixture of the fire and the giant flashlight, you're able to keep whatever is scurrying around in the outside at bay. And then the next, what you would assume is morning, you all feel rested enough. It is still dark out. You head out. Um, and after a little while, your flashlight starts to dim, and the rustling gets closer.
Harry's going dead.
The batteries seem to be going dead.
No.
Okay. Hold on. I'm gonna unscrew the flashlight really fast. I'm gonna take the batteries out. I'm gonna hold them in my hands. I'm gonna try to charge them.
Okay, give me a magic roll.
Could I try to help?
Yes, absolutely.
Could we grab one of those like glowing arrows and like
Oh.
like try to like
Yeah.
also like transfer the
sure,
sort of
sure.
yeah.
Good.
Okay.
I got a
Do you
4.
think they'd
Okay, perfect.
please?
So you brighten it. So you hold onto these and you using the arrow, you get one of them. Akuyo gets one of them charged up, and Gertie kind of does the same thing where she tries to collect the energy from the sky and shove it into the battery. She doesn't quite know how it works, but it seems to work. Plug it in, and the battery still shines or starts shining bright, and you come face to face with three giant mushroom people. They're weird. They have like mushroom heads and fangs, and they're holding spears, and they're coming at you. What do you do?
Well, I think we've solved the question of what kind of hallucination this is.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't LSD. It was psilocybin, or however you say psilocybin. I'm not good at the drug names.
I'm not good at the drug names either. I'm just good at them.
Oh God, they're getting closer.
So I'll let you three
Shoot
go
it!
first.
Okay. I guess I'll point and be like, don't move. Don't get closer.
um, and they lunge at you.
Okay, well now we shoot it.
Yeah.
And I point my dagger at it and try to shoot it with a bolt of magic.
Okay, shoot the first one. What are you rolling to do it?
I think I'm gonna roll magic and body because I want to look cool while I do this.
Perfect.
Uh-huh.
4.
Okay, perfect. Roll me all of those and tell me how much damage you give to the left one.
9.
9. Okay, awesome. It looks damaged by this ray of. Describe it for me a little bit.
It literally looks like I just pointed this dagger, it's glowing, and a bolt of light shot out from it like a laser.
Okay, awesome. It bores a hole into the myco creature. It howls weirdly like a wolf, and like you see like its fangs start forming and coming down. It's a very weird situation. Gertie, what do you do?
She goes, ah! And instinctively, like a shield pops up over the three of us.
Oh, awesome. Okay, very good. I've given you each 20, but we're gonna create a shield with an HP. Or let's see, we have 17, 16, and 17. Yes, go ahead and roll me. Is it just magic?
I was thinking this is like magic and body again because this is her like reflexes, just like instinctively trying to do this along with the magic
Okay.
she's learning.
I was gonna say society, but you can go with magic too.
Yeah.
Or magic, or you can go with body instead of society.
Well, society is better, so I'll do
So
society.
I would go with society, yeah.
Yeah, that's good. Okay, 4.
Okay, awesome. Roll me all of those to find out how many points of shield you create.
10, 12.
12 points of shield. Awesome. One of these guys is going to make a hit, and I'm going to say that he's going to hit for 3 points, taking down the shield to 9 HP. Ukuyo.
Yes. Can I shoot at the one who just attacked the bubble or the shield?
Yes, absolutely.
Could I say it's like body and like science because I'm trying to make sure I can get like the right hit on it?
Yes, perfect.
Okay. 4.
4. Okay, awesome. Roll me all of those to find out how much damage you do.
All right. $10 damage.
10 damage. Awesome. This one is also looking like it's got a big hole through its chest. It's like sticking out. It looks very unhappy with the situation. Another one goes ahead and takes a hit. The one on the right goes ahead and takes a hit while the one on the left is still nursing its wounds. And that is 4 points of damage to the shield. So that leaves 5 points of damage. Stevie, what do you do?
You know what? If it's not broke, why fix it? Another bolt.
Okay, do it for me.
4.
4, awesome. Roll me your damage.
12.
12 damage. So you go ahead and you do it at the same one you hit before, right?
Yeah.
You hit it and you pierce it to its core. Its core appears to have a mirror in it, which shines it to the next guy over, and it takes both of them out. So you are down to just one more. Who is at full health.
All right. So,
Gertie, what are you gonna do?
seeing that there's only one left, Gertie like peeks over and she stands up and she takes her hands and she shoves this way and she's gonna take that energy that was the shield and try to blast it into that thing to try to
Okay.
push it and maybe knock it back.
100%. Give me a body and magic.
Oh, right. That is a 4.
Awesome.
And that is a total of 12.
That is a total of 12 damage. So that is 12 damage plus the 5 still on the shield. And you just wipe it out. It takes it and it just mows the last one down. And your path is clear. So you have gotten closer. As you've gone through the woods, you've fought a couple different things. You are also using the gravitational lens at various times to help you determine the right way to go. So sometimes it is taking you out of the way of hazards and bringing you in a safe direction. So you follow the path and you get to the edge of the ruins. In the distance, you can see one of the only tall structures that survived the destruction of the city and time that has since passed. This remnant of a tower was once the prison, now roughly half its original height, poking out like a grave over a sea of shale and rock. Beyond the tower, you can see a partially ruined, massive building with shattered columns and large stairs leading to long, rotted doors. This was once the library that head researcher Sherry had spoken of. Around those buildings are numerous other mostly fallen structures, but those two seem the most complete. These structures are scattered across a large radius, seemingly mostly buried under a landslide from long ago. The tower also seems partially buried, marking the boundary of the passable city. What do you want to do?
What do you think, Coolio?
Well, I guess we should look around, right?
That sounds like a good plan.
Place is very strange.
This place is very odd.
Do you search the tower, the library, or the ruins first?
I'm really interested in that library.
I'm also interested in the
I was
library.
gonna say the same thing. To the
All right.
library!
Yes.
So you pick your way carefully through the ruins across the city. You're not going all the way across the city. It seems like the library was maybe the middle of the city. And you get close, and then you ascend the few large stairs into the library, walking through the rotted doors. And looking around, you see some massive shelves still standing, with books remaining on them. Though some are scattered at their base. Other shelves are toppled over, and still more books are scattered across the floor. There are books all around. This was once a grand library that has been left to time. As you make your way through the shelves, there seems to be a path through the rubble, sometimes wide enough only for a person to pass through, sometimes much larger. For some reason, it appears that most of the books this library could have housed are still here. You also notice as you look closely at the books that some of them seem to be newer than others, perhaps even far too new to have originally been a part of the library. What do you do?
I think I
Pulling
want to take a
out
look.
all
Yeah.
new books.
Yeah.
You go through the books?
Oh
The
yeah.
new ones
Especially the
specifically, I
new ones.
think.
The
Yeah.
new books. Okay.
We're looking for a copyright date on those new books.
So, the copyright date on the new book, like one of them, some of them seem to be handwritten, but one of them you see has a copy date of 3472, but you're not actually sure how that corresponds to the current dating system.
That's my bad. I should have thought of that.
What you do notice about the new books, they do seem to be about like the same type of stuff that you found the books in the library in Aldestron to be. A lot about dark matter and the Hubble, and that kind of stuff. And you see that they seem to be concentrated more towards the back, where you find a large door that is much newer than anything else around. It is closed, and when you try it, it is not locked.
Do y'all think that mystery, that stranger guy, that's just like feels like it has his fingerprints all over it.
Mhm.
Similar books. Yeah. What about this door though?
Mm,
Should we go
What if
through it?
I'm gonna press my ear up against the door. Do I hear anything?
Go ahead and make me a society check or a body check.
All right. That is a 3 society.
You don't hear anything, but as you're leaning against it, it starts to swing open and creaks horribly.
now. No one
Nothing
can hear
seems to be on
anything.
the other side.
If somebody was over there, they probably would have said something. We could probably just go through.
That
Yeah.
is true, yeah.
You follow a path that leads them to a wall that has been painted with a mural. Though faded, the mural still shows a globular cluster similar to the one that you had seen in the researcher's office when it was brought into focus with a larger gravitational lens. What do you do?
If we take out the lens and look around here with it, do we see anything odd?
So you take out the gravitational lens and you look closely. The image, by the way, that you see, if you want to look up later, is the rings of relativity image. If you look up the rings of relativity, it is a space image that you will see. And you use the lens to study this image that you had also seen back at the observatory. And by peering through the lens, you determine that this is an illusionary wall that you are able to go through.
Ooh.
This is fascinating. Onward!
We continue
You
forward.
You step through and you see stairs the same age as the ruins leading down into a tunnel. There are some fallen stones in the way, but it's fairly easily passable terrain. As you walk into the tunnel, you walk for several minutes until you come to a large door. It's new, and beside it is a lit torch. Someone has been here, and fairly recently by the looks of it. What do you do?
Well, this is the part of the detective shows where they would try to figure out if there are any signs of where
Mhm.
this person has gone. So let's do that.
I like the
Okay.
sound of that.
How do we do that?
So you are looking around. So there is a door that you can probably guess the person has gone through recently. Do you just open the door?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
You know what? Let's. They must have gone through there. Let's go.
That
Let's
is
go,
fair.
gang.
Technically, none of you is a rogue. So let us see how many arrows hit you. Oh, 3 arrows hit. Each of you takes an arrow's worth of damage.
Okay.
So as you open the door, 6 arrows come flying out, only 3 of which hit. Each of you takes 1 arrow. Akuyo take 4 points of damage.
Okay.
Gertie take 2 points of damage. And Stevie take 3 points of damage.
Ow.
So
We just got shot?
If we
What
die in
the
the hallucination,
hell?
do we die in real life?
that's the question. I don't know.
We'd probably have a heart attack.
Oh no.
Can anybody like heal or something? You know what? I'm gonna try it.
All right. So you try to conjure up some healing magic. What does
Yes.
it look like when you conjure up some healing magic?
I look constipated.
Okay. You look constipated.
I'm trying to focus and I'm like lifting up my hands.
You're lifting
And
up
she's
your
like,
hands and you see the dark energy, the energy of the vacuum circle around your fingers, and you whisper to it your intent for it not to be damaging but to be healing. Go ahead and roll me magic plus society. 4. Very good. So roll me all of those and tell me the total. Oh, 12. So take 12 divided by 3. Each of you regains 4 hit points of health.
Well, that was really cool.
That was genius. That could be your thing. If you retain that ability, that could be your thing.
Yeah.
What does it feel like as your magic spreads to everybody?
What does it feel like to them or to me?
Yeah, to them.
I think that it feels like a mixed drink with alcohol and caffeine.
Nice.
Like lots of caffeine though.
That powerful drink courses through you, and you all feel that you've regained some vitality. So, do you enter through the door now?
I'm gonna carefully look
Can
around.
you do that shield thing again?
I mean, it's already open.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, can we see where the arrows came from? Is this
They
like...
came from behind you.
Oh. All right. Let's just
Let's go.
just go slowly.
Okay.
Very carefully.
As you enter the circular stone room, you first see stacks of book piled on every surface. The air is chilled and musty. Beyond the books, your eyes are immediately drawn to a telescope the size of a school bus. A telescope you recognize as Hubble from the likeness you found at the observatory. It doesn't seem to be functioning at the moment. The books in this room appear to be much newer than the ruins all around, and the room is dimly lit and otherwise largely empty, save for one figure. As they turn, you see the tousled blonde hair, long ears of the strange figure that was mentioned. It could be a trick of the light, it could just be his clothes, but you think you see a faint tinge of green to their skin. You're not guards. The figure approaches, their movements almost stalking, predatory. Brave little adventurers, you've made a grave mistake coming here.
Adventurers? What is this? Lord of the Rings? Like
We're just humans.
Brave little humans, you've made a grave mistake coming here.
yeah, you said that. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Why?
Are you gonna help us get this thing back to Earth or what?
The telescope?
Yes.
Yeah.
The telescope is a part of my hoard.
What?
What?
Why? It's no use here, just stuck in a cave.
Yeah.
No, it is part of my knowledge.
But it's not telling you anything. It's turned off. Can't do its job.
I will turn it on. I will use it to collect all of the information. It is a part of my hoard.
But it's not going to tell you anything. It's stuck to the ground. It has to be up there in orbit.
You can't have it. You can't have the researchers. You can't have the knowledge. It is mine.
You have the researchers too?
We didn't know that.
Wow.
Yes, they are
They also
a
part of your hoard?
They are also a part of my hoard. Yes. Let me introduce myself. My name is Asilius.
Uh-huh.
Asilius.
Your name is Asilius?
That's how you are taking the telescope out of the sky.
You are a silly ass,
Listen,
aren't you?
This is incredibly rude. I don't make fun of your strange names.
Okay, well, we don't steal your telescope. Like, this was not your telescope to begin with, so, you know, I think on the scale of comparable
my
actions.
mighty machine.
You can't make
It is
living
my
things
mighty
a
machine.
part of a horde.
Hold the very power of this planet through the mighty machine.
No.
Did you make it?
No.
You can't just take other people's things.
So you
This is
can't
rude.
just say it's yours.
Possession is 9/10 of the law.
Well, you know what? Now we're in possession of you, which means we own all of your stuff.
Or are you in a possession of me? Welcome to my horde, humans.
Damn it.
No. This could be a nice arrangement.
Wait, no, I don't. I don't want to be a part of it. Wait, well,
Are you?
well, there are some good books
Are
here.
you willingly joining my horde?
Do you
That
feed
depends.
your horde?
Lavishly.
Do we have to work every day, or do we just get to be like kept and
Do we just get
taken
to hang
care of?
out?
Yeah,
Are you intelligent?
very.
You are
Yes.
And debatable.
Earth humans, right?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
You will add to my horde of knowledge.
We will. We certainly will.
Mm-hmm.
Will you let us use the telescope?
I know how to make 89 cocktails.
You might need that one day.
That is knowledge.
It's true.
That is true.
Listen, if you let
Cocktails.
us help you use the telescope, then it kind of solves all the problems.
Oh. I mean, I will use the telescope, but I will take the things that you come up with, and I will use them. This is fantastic. All right, come with
This
me.
sounds like the government all over again. Fewer steps.
Come with me. I will get a room ready for you.
Okay, first, before we agree, can we please just see the other researchers to make sure that they are well kept and
okay?
Yeah. You can see them on the way to your room.
Okay, perfect. We'll see them on the way to our room. Yes.
Okay. Just stay here. Just stay here a moment. I will be back shortly.
This seems suspicious.
This seems.
He sweeps down like a little hallway in the back, and you hear him. The steps come down. He goes down some steps. You hear something metal opening and closing. And he comes back on up, and he's like patting his hands off, and he's like, "Yes, right this way."
That sounded mysteriously like a dungeon. Are you putting us in a dungeon?
In a room, of course.
A dungeon is a room.
Yes, it is.
But we don't want to be in a dungeon. We want to be in a lavish chateau.
A dungeon could be lavish.
I can work on that.
He can work on that.
Yeah. Okay. Come this way.
All right.
I'm following. I'm not.
See this? This is me throwing it away. Okay. So you all go down the stairs a little too merrily. And at the end you see that there are 2 dungeon rooms. There is one that holds 4, you're guessing, researchers. And he points over to the other room and he says, "To your quarters, madams."
Can the researchers hear us?
Yes.
Are you all comfortable here? Does he take good care of you?
Does he feed you?
Would you like to go home?
What were the questions again?
Are you comfortable and secure? And if no, do you want to go home?
I mean, the beds are not bad. The board has been pretty good, but yes, I would like to go home.
All right.
And
Mr.
silence, Asilius says.
Oh,
Asilius, you can't keep people here without their consent.
That's not nice.
Yeah. You gotta
Oh,
let them
but-
go home. Like,
I will not let my horde leave. Their knowledge is mine.
we know more than they do. Let us stay and let them go home.
There's no way you know
Aside.
more than they do, but you
so-
will be a very good compliment. In you go, in you go.
No.
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 Not until you let them go. They're not
Yeah.
here consensually.
Yeah.
What do you mean no?
Like we won't go in there?
Yeah,
What-
like we're not doing
Right.
that.
What?
I'm not going in there unless you let them go.
And let
Why
them
don't-
go home.
Why don't you
Yeah.
show us it's safe by you going in there first?
Mm-hmm.
What?
Plus,
Yeah, jump on the bed so we can see how comfortable the beds are.
Yeah.
He looks.
plus, if that's gonna be our room, we're gonna need a key. Obviously.
He's turning greener and greener, and you see scales starting to develop. They kind of flick back and forth. His nose starts to elongate, and then he like forces it back into its little elvish nose, and then it elongates again. And he says, "You tricksters!"
What?
And
Oh.
blows
I've
you
read
back
books about people like you.
blows you back up the stairs, and for a minute there's you get pushed back up the stairs, and for a moment there's silence, and then all of a sudden a green dragon comes shooting through between the three of you and into the room and turns around and snarls.
Now this is a whole lot more exciting. So, can we stay?
Wait, what?
Maybe that's a bit too forward of me. Sorry. My name is Stevie. It's nice to meet you. You know, I'm 24. I'm an Aquarius.
He's like, I have heard of monster fuckers before. I never thought I'd run into them. All right, Stevie is a part of my horde.
Wait, Stevie, do you actually want to be a part of this horde?
Yeah, is that a thing you want?
I mean, you saw him. Like,
What if we trade? We'll give you Stevie, and you give us the researchers. Look at Stevie. Stevie is young, could learn so many things. Those researchers.
No, the books, the knowledge, it all must be mine. I will control this planet, and you will be thankful to be a part of my horde.
The whole planet?
The whole planet.
Do you know how big this place is? That would just be too time consuming.
What if people don't want that?
Yeah.
I think you need a little bit of therapy.
That might be good for you.
Yeah.
You talk too much. And he blows a breath of green fire at the three of you. What do you do to protect yourselves?
Shield.
Okay, roll me. Tell me how powerful this shield is.
Okay. So.
Just tell me the HP it has.
Okay, so that's 11.
11 points. All right. 4, 2 is 6. 2 more is 8. 4 more is 12. His fire bursts through the shield that you put up. Each of you takes 1 point of green fire damage.
Damn, so
Well,
close.
ouch, that hurt.
That wasn't very nice.
Yeah.
What do you do?
Listen, I think we need to calm down, maybe talk this through. You clearly have some insecurities about knowledge, and does that stem from feelings of inadequacy? Like
You are correct. I will be the king of all knowledge.
listen,
And he
you
takes
seem
a tail
smart
whip.
enough.
He takes a tail whip. All of you roll body to
3.
4.
3.
Okay. Whoever got 3s gets tripped and is on the floor. Whoever rolled a 4 jumps over the tail. No problem. Nobody takes damage.
Oof. Well, I'd been hoping to get swept off my feet, but not quite like this,
You hear the researchers from below, they're yelling, "Help, help us! You can't let him keep all the knowledge."
Well,
What do you do?
I'm gonna be single forever.
you need therapy. We're gonna start there.
I'm in therapy twice a week.
Extra therapy.
Okay. Are you gonna continue to try to charm this dragon? I just realized. Roll me society to charm this dragon.
Absolutely. 3.
3. You get what you want. He sweeps you up and takes you to the top of a tower and deposits you in a room and flies back down to protect his horde from the other 2.
While he's doing that, can we
Yeah.
go downstairs and try to free?
And try to break the lock.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Roll me I'll say society for that. And the 2 of you can put it together and whoever.
Yeah.
Got a
4.
4.
I got a 4 first as well.
Okay, so you open it up and inside greets you. Let me get the names because I did not memorize them. Inside greets you Eric Hazen, Ziania Hesk, Telton Theridin, and Cav Grenner. Eric Hazen is an approximately 40-year-old male purple tiefling. Zania Hesk is a mid-20s human female. Telton Theridin is a 60-year-old halfling female, and Cav Grenner is a 35-year-old orc male. They looked shocked. What are you planning? Are we free? Did you defeat the dragon?
Nope, you're gonna
We
help
don't
us.
have a lot of time.
Okay. So you rush back up while he returns from the top of the tower that he just deposited Stevie on. Stevie, what do you do?
I'm looking to just kind of take in my surroundings.
Okay, awesome. All right, back on the ground. We gonna fight? Or
That's what I'm going to say to the dragon and be like, well, so here's how this works. You can either fight all 6 of us down here, or you can just let us leave. It's up to you.
he becomes furious and starts damaging the books in an attempt to keep the knowledge for himself.
No!
You can't do that.
The researchers are very worried, and they all start channeling their energy.
Can
How
we
do
join in on that?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have you as the players do it. So bring your magic and science together, and each of you just roll and tell me for your magic and science what your total is.
Okay.
Oh man, that's gonna be big.
$10.
16.
Okay.
Ooh.
So your first round you take 26. Asilius is definitely beaten, so that's going to be all 6 of you attacking.
Okay.
What do your attacks look like?
I like to think we're trying the rainbow light thing, but like trying to actually do damage this time. So maybe instead of like a rainbow light bridge, they're like rainbow light spears.
Okay.
Yes. And they're like
So-
different colors, right?
Yeah.
Because there's like 6 of us and they're all different colors.
So there's
Yeah.
you send rainbow bright spears at him. Someone puts down some spectral caltrops. Another one creates a net to capture his wings. It's a whole thing going on. Stevie, what are you doing?
I think hearing the commotion below, I go ahead, I sigh, and make my way down the stairs.
Okay.
Listen, if I'm gonna stay here, you can't like kill my friends. So, can we work this out?
So another round of attacks. I'm trying to decide how many hit points to give this guy. I think we're gonna go do another round of attacks. And tell me, are you trying to do lethal, or are you trying to weaken him enough to bring him back to the council?
We have no way of getting this dragon back there, so I think that Gertie's just going ham. She's just
Okay.
like,
I don't think I'm even thinking about bringing this guy back to the council is the move.
yeah, no.
I think I'm just like he's
Completely
gonna get us.
Yeah.
Stevie's just insane. So
15.
11.
Okay. Together that is another 26. So with that 52 points of damage, you just together the 6 of you just wreck Asilius, who goes down howling and crying, and going on about the magic that is his, the knowledge that is his, and how you've taken his knowledge. Who gets the last blow?
I think Gertie does.
Oh. Yes.
How do you take that last blow?
I think that she's just like watching all these people around her doing this magic, and she's just like, whoa, this is cool. And the dragon like falls down and it goes to stand up again, and she just lets out this like little burst of rainbow energy that like goes up its nose, and it just kind of
Scrambles his brain. His brain hits the ground. Little blood trickling out of his little nostrils, and that's the sight that Stevie reaches down to.
I rush in. I'll always remember our tragic love, but I must move on and find another. Okay, I'm okay. We're good.
Are you sure?
I'm
Dude,
worried
I
about
just
you.
met this dude. I'm fine. It's fine.
Eric looks at you all. Who who are you? How did you find us?
That's a really long story.
Yeah.
We were sucked into your world or something or other. There was some kind of they needed 3 humans.
You are the people we called from Earth.
Yes.
Why? Why did you call us?
We have learned a great deal about the energy of the vacuum, but we haven't been able to discover how to harness it on a large enough scale to safely aid the challenges of our world's energy problems. This is what we were trying to get from the Hubble's, what you've discovered using the Hubble to help add to our research. And then the Hubble went missing. I Here it is.
Hmm.
Uh, let me. And the four researchers get together, and they kind of talk amongst themselves, and they discuss, and then um they find one of Silius's spell books, and they all read it. It takes a little while, so you guys can sit down and kind of heal yourselves. And they read it, and they redo the magic that Asilius used to pull the Hubble and steal it. And they cast the same spell to instead push the Hubble back, returning it to its proper place around Earth, pinpointing it as close to the time it was taken as possible so that people on Earth would only notice a little bit of a glitch. Um, while they're doing that, is there anything that you all want to do?
Gertie is trying to find any books that are still unruined about dark energy and dark matter, and she's just trying to like shovel them in her pockets and also read as much as she can because she knows that this is going to be very important.
You find dozens and dozens of books on a wide variety of topics, but most of them do focus on the energy of the vacuum, black holes, and studies of other rogue planets, which is a piece of information that you can take home if anyone will believe you. Um, you do know that the Hubble seems to be in pristine condition, ready to be returned.
I think I find Ikuyo and Gertie. Let me see. Okay, I need some advice. Like I guess motherly advice, maybe. Like or aunt advice. Um, should I see if I can stay here? There's got to be like other dragons, right?
You should absolutely not stay here. You should come home and you should seek medical advice.
Agreed. Maybe see as soon as we get back to Earth how fast you can schedule a therapy appointment.
This is not the advice I was expecting or hoping for.
But it's the advice you need. And she just side hug.
Eric overhears, or Xania overhears, and she says, I mean, I'm sure that there are other dragons. They're very private, but I'm sure you can find them. Not all of them are evil the way Asilius was, and we could
Me?
definitely use your contributions to our science if you wanted to stay here with us.
Gertie, Ikuyo, there's there's greater chance for upward mobility here. I think I gotta stay. You know, my career kind of stalled with the internship back at Goddard, so I think maybe I should, have a fresh new start. Get myself out there, go on some dates. It'll be great. I'll miss y'all though.
So you travel back to these conversations are happening on your travel back to Eldosteron. Um and when you return, everyone is like a flutter because the researchers are back, the disappeared researchers are back, and you're all ushered in to speak to the head researcher, Shari. um as they sit in Shari's office, um she asks for them to tell what happened, what how this all happened. They're giving out tea and various pastries as the researchers all explain that each one of them was visited by Asilius in his human elf form, who presented himself as a fellow researcher wanting to know what they were working on. And then, as they had told Asilius about their work, Asilius enticed them to make a journey to one of the other cities, and during that journey, each one of them was taken back to his horde. Um, and Asilius to get all of the information he could about the Hubble and how to make it functional and on Exlaris, which honestly, they didn't think that that was possible to get it functional on Exlaris because there's just like too much space debris, and they don't have the same problem of like the atmospheric issues that you have on a planet that is circling Earth. You can see a lot more. There's no need for a Hubble. Um, they Eric speaks up after they explain all of this, and he says, I am terribly sorry for the turmoil this has put you through. We believed our only hope for both of our worlds would be by bringing you here. Each of you, in your proper timeline, played a large role in Hubble's mission. I did my best to return it to exactly when it was taken, hopefully restoring Earth to what it should be. We are eternally grateful for your help. I am without doubt that both our worlds will benefit. Whenever you're ready, I can send you home as well to the lives you were meant to live and all the benefits of this great telescope.
Just 1 second. I'm gonna walk over to Stevie. And I'm gonna say, "Are you staying here, Stevie?"
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. And I'm gonna give you a hug. I'm gonna say, "Okay, I want you to live your life with no regrets."
No regrets. Thank you, Gertie.
No regurgities.
No regrets. Be happy. You find your monster.
Do
I will.
you tell the researchers to go see to go to the tavern as well?
Do we?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay. So, I think because Stevie's staying behind, Telton and Ziania will go um to the tavern with Stevie as um as the other two of you are shifted back. The four researchers stand around and cast the same spell to allow you to come to. your mind goes dark again. And when you come to, Gertie and Ukuyo, you wake and you find yourself back at the Goddard Space Flight Center in Greenbelt, Maryland. Right now, you are standing outside of a building labeled Mission Operations. You retain that you had lived in a world without Hubble, and you recognize the differences to your actual reality. You also remember the adventures that you have on Ixlaris as you work to restore this timeline, and you remember Stevie. When you wake up, or as you kind of come to, you look over and Stevie's standing there. But Stevie looks confused and touches her head. There's no horns. Touches her butt. There's no tail. And Laura Dean looks at the two of you and says, "Where am I?"
We have a lot to tell you.
You speak to this poor, previously a tiefling living on Ixlaris who has now been transported in Stevie's place to Earth. You try to explain a little bit, but you realize it's going to take some time. And meanwhile, back, Stevie, you go to the inn. You drink with Ziania and Telton, and you meet Phalwyn and Damien again. What awaits you?
Lots of dates and lots of magical booze.
Okay. Stevie lives out an amazed, wonderful life, knowing that at any time, if she gets sick of this speed dating monster adventure, she can always go back to Eric and go home. But she feels like she's found her place. Meanwhile, the three of you, Ikuyo, Gertie, and the new Laura Dean, you wordlessly decide to walk inside the building labeled Mission Operations. You go down a long hallway until you reach a lobby area with a large model of the Hubble Space Telescope. On the walls, you see photos of astronauts servicing the telescope and of a beautiful star-forming region known as the Pillars of Creation. A sign proclaims that there have been over 3 decades of discovery and counting. You keep exploring and go down a hallway lined with breathtaking images of the cosmos. You recognize each one. Some show planets in your solar system, while others peer billions of light years away to capture gorgeous galaxies. At the end of the hallway, you find Hubble's Operations Control Center. Rows of monitors and a whole team of engineers are dedicated to tracking and pointing Hubble, allowing the observatory to continue making important breakthroughs in astronomy. The more you all look around, the more memories start clicking into place. You all excitedly share these facts with each other. You now remember that there are billions and billions of galaxies beyond our own, thanks to Hubble's deep field observations. You know that there are countless planets that orbit stars beyond our sun. You understand that dark matter and dark energy make up most of our universe, even if we don't fully understand how it works yet. Plus, you realize with relief that even more missions are in operation that were made possible by Hubble's legacy. The James Webb Space Telescope is now in operations too, observing deeper into the infrared region. And I have to go back up here. Infrared region of light. Soon, the Nancy Grace Roman Space Telescope will make incredible observations that will continue to develop our understanding of the cosmos. Even spacewalking is more advanced thanks to Hubble's servicing missions and is completed often by astronauts staying in the International Space Station. You grin at each other, but you also know more than the rest of these people do. You know that there is a rogue planet floating around with tieflings and orcs and halflings and kitsune and crocodile people and hippo men. Is floating somewhere in space, slingshotting around, using the dark energy, the energy of the vacuum that you don't yet know how to harness to protect and power the planet. And that is a secret you have to decide whether to keep or to share. And this is where we end it.
Yay!
Yeah, so each of my players, tell me who you are again and where we can find you. Kim, start us off.
Oh boy. Hi, I'm Kim. I've been playing Ikuyo. That was so much fun. That was crazy. I can't believe we were trying to charm the dragon and it just wasn't working. But it worked for Stevie, and then Stevie found out her life goal. So, I guess it worked out for Stevie. Anyways, if you liked me, you can find me over mostly on Five Gyms in a Trench Coat. We are a TTRPG actual play podcast where we rotate GMs and systems each season. I'm the cast member, editor, social media guy. You see me around there a lot. And yeah, that's me.
All right, Leah.
Hey, I've been playing Gertie tonight. This was a wild ride. Thank you, Zoop, so much for running this. Ever since I saw NASA release this, I've been like all about wanting to play it. So thank you. I am the DM over at Slay the Stars. It's a 5e podcast, and we are currently entering the end of our second arc. There's only 3, so our first season should be over sometime next year. Exciting. You can find us at slaythestars.com.
And Sadie.
Hi, I'm Sadie. I've been playing Stevie. I'm the marketing director over at Unbalanced Encounters, and you can find me across the internet at Oakleaf Insignia.
Okay, and hi, I'm Supriya or Zoop Machine. If you want to know what I'm up to, you can check my card, zoopmachine.carrd.co. I show up on Game Master Monday sometimes. I'm also regularly on Wednesday nights on Beggar Street, where I'm DMing Demigods, and on Fridays at on the Starfield, where I play in a Monster of the Week game called Primeval Haunts. I Grant didn't give me more information of things to say, but Game Master Monday is super cool. It is a podcast that you can listen to most Mondays, and every week that there is an episode, they are playing a new game with a new system, with a new cast. And it's always a blast, and we have some really, really cool episodes with some amazing talent coming up soon. So I believe they have a link tree, so you can check out the Game Master Monday link tree. Grant and Jenny are really active in terms of like threads and Twitter and the like, so you can keep up on what's going on. And they will also give you lists and lists of other people to listen to as well. They're some of the most supportive people that I have ever met. Supportive, great, just wonderful people,
kind.
and you should listen and enjoy, and tell Grant that he is the awesomeness. And I think that is it for tonight, so thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah. And join
Thank
the GMM
you.
Discord. It's so much
Oh
fun.
yeah, join the GMM Discord, and thank you to Lex for being our
Yes, Lex.
production
Woo!
producer.
Thank you, Lex.
Thank you.
Yay, thank
All
you.
right.